If you've been following the stock market over the last few weeks, it's easy to feel like we are in the early stages of a market correction. After all, the S&P 500 is down 3% from its recent high, and some popular tech stocks are down much, much more. For example, within the last month, Nvidia is down 11% from its peak, Tesla is down 25%, and Palantir has lost a third of its value. And after getting bombarded with headlines about how the stock market is plunging, you might be asking yourself whether or not now is the time to buy the dip. In fact, I found myself wondering the same thing earlier this week, and I want to show you my very simple framework that I use to decide whether or not now is the right time to invest a little bit more money into stocks. And by the end of this video, you should have all the information you need to make the right decision for your portfolio. My name is Brian Dean. I'm a former investment banker with a Master of Science in Finance, and my goal is to help you master the market. So the first step in this framework is to make sure that we put everything into perspective. I want to show you an example of one of these articles from this website called Investors Business Daily. And you can see here the headline is very sensationalized. It says the NASDAQ plunges to 2.8% to lowest level in nearly 4 months. And once we get a little bit further down in the article, you see this start to evolve. They start to say, headed into Thursday's mauling. I don't know if I would call it a mauling. The NASDAQ composite showed a miserable accumulative distribution rating of D minus. I've never heard of this in my life. I took a little bit of a look here in the article. They talk about how this is a proprietary rating and it analyzes 13 weeks worth of price and volume action. This honestly is nothing that you or I should care about. This is not an indicator of how the market would perform. If it were, obviously, Investors Business Daily would be able to use that indicator to make a lot of money for themselves, which I don't think is the case. And then what I love about this article is if you scroll down just a little bit further, they do go on to show a multi-year chart. This is spanning a little over 10 years, and you can see that this little red dot over here at the end of the chart is this big plunging move that the article is talking about. So that's an example of how sensationalized these stories can get. Next, I want to recognize that an index like the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 is made up of hundreds of different stocks that are in different industries, and they aren't always moving in the same direction at the same time. And so the next piece of analysis that I like to look at is called a market map, and I'm going to show you the one that I use. It's completely free, and the first thing you want to do is go to a website called finviz.com. Once you get to their site, you should see this, which is their homepage, and we're gonna go up here over to Maps. You'll then see this page, which will show you a grid of all of the stocks within the S&P 500. Of course, everything here looks very green, and that is because this is one-day performance. Last Friday, we had a pretty good day in the market. But if I go over here to 1 week performance, you can now see all of the red tech stocks here. And this is primarily what was driving the market lower over the last week and sparking a lot of these headlines and discussion around the market plunging. But what you'll notice about this market map is that outside of technology, there is a lot of green. Over the last week, the financial sector has had very good performance. The healthcare sector has been doing well. And so by looking at this market map by industry, it helps put these bigger market moves into perspective. Next, I want to show you a very special indicator that I use to decide whether or not now is a decent time to quote unquote buy the dip. For this analysis, we're going to use a slightly more technical tool than FinViz, and I'm going to take you into this tool called Think or Swim. First, I'm going to pull up the ETF for the NASDAQ, which is QQQ, since this is the index that the article earlier in the video was talking about. And you can already see here that over the last week, it has gone down a fair amount. However, if I push this out to about 5 years, you can put that a little bit more into perspective and see that this sharp move downward isn't quite that different from the others that we've had over the years and is relatively small compared to how much the index has gone up. And to decide whether or not now is the right time to buy into a dip, I like to look at an indicator called Bollinger Bands, and you'll see me pulling them up here. And what I like to do is I like to set them over a 1-year period. So right now we're looking at a weekly view on the chart. So I'm going to push this out to 60 weeks, just slightly over 1 year. And when we add this to the chart, the way that this indicator works is anytime the price of this index is below this bottom line, then that would be the time to buy. So you would see that here would have been a time for me to buy into this dip. And maybe right here where it just briefly touched below this line. And then after that, you can see that it's gone up and up and up. And when we put this latest pullback in perspective of this indicator, you can see that we have quite a long ways to go before at least I personally would say that it's time to buy into this dip and to put more money into stocks. Now, of course, you might be thinking to yourself, Brian, this is just a 5-year period. Does this indicator work more than that? Well, what I can do for you is I can push this out to 15 years. This is going to change to a 1-month frequency. So I'm going to go in here into the settings and just adjust this to 12 so that we're looking at a 12-month moving average. And at least for myself personally, I've found a lot of success with this indicator. Of course, there's no one indicator that's going to make you a lot of money. But again, this is one very valuable one that I found that at least has worked for me in the past. So you can see here, in December 2018, we fell below the indicator. That for me would have been a time to buy into the market or to put extra money towards stocks. We had another one here, of course, during the COVID crash in March of 2020. And then there was a one more recently in 2022. I will admit that I missed out on this one. I was really busy with my job and I just did not see this indicator hit below the Bollinger Band. I've kicked myself ever since because I could have put more money into the market, but I just didn't see that one coming. So now you have at least my framework for how I like to put these bigger market moves and these sensationalized articles and headlines into perspective, and my quote unquote secret sauce indicator that I use to determine whether or not now is the right time to put more money into stocks. As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Whether or not you did, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.